खुददारी पाजी दौलत आए, मेहनत ही पाजी कमाई आए। इन जुस्तुजू आई लगन से इज्जत दुनिया में बनाया यूं। वड्डे दिल वारा एहसास वारा असा जेड़ो कोई न आए। मेमण आयो असा मेमण आयो, आजो आए पूरो जहान। मेमण आयो असा मेमण आयो, आजो आए पूरो जहान। सी पाजी तबीयत आए, सादो सो पांजो मिजाज आए। बसूता बदे जे दिले में जमानत पांजो राज आए। खुशियों भी मिली ने मनायूं ता, दुख में भी साथ निभायूं ता। दिल से बदे से मिलूं ता, की तो रिवाज आए पांजो। मिली न रियूं ता, सच्चायूं दिल जा।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। बद्दें के वेलकम करान तो मे एसएल मेमन एसोसिएशन ऑफ श्रीलंका जी तरफ से पांचो पहलो यूथ वेबिनार आई बदें खबर है। वेबिनार जो मतलब कुरुई उनले मेमन ले वर्ड नेम के लगे तो वारे, बट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कभी भी एरो की नहीं करी है, फर्स्ट टाइम एरो करी रही हूँ। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह नारियाओं ना पांची जो करंट कमिटी है इनमें से घनी नवी चीजों ट्राई करी आयो ने नारून थे कि टेक्नोलॉजी साथ पांचो अज्ञा वधनो है। टाइम मेरी आई मोमेंट्स एरा इनके पांगे बियो की चॉइस ने पर मारा नता निकली सिगो, अकरे बेसी मिली नता सिगो, फिजिकल इवेंट्स नता रखी सिगो, तब टेक्नोलॉजी पूरो फायदो उपार नहीं। अकरे बेसी टच में रह ले, पांची कम्युनिटी की मदद कर ले, अकरे बेसी सीख ले, अकरे बेसी सिखाई ले ने। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है कि टेक्नोलॉजी जो पाकिंग फायदो उपार जे उनके बारे में पांचो आज ये वेबिनार है जो नालो पर रखा यू डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, मतलब पा डिजिटल ते कींग बदली ता सिगो। किनले भी ना पांचो पर्सनल ना स्पेशली पांचो कम धंधे ले, पांचो बिजनेस ले कींग पा पांचो बिजनेस के ऑनलाइन गिनी अची ने उनसी पा फायदो उपारो। इनजे बारे में गाल कर ले माशाल्लाह नारियाओं ना पोस्टर में पांचा गना मेमन भा बहन जो यंगस्टर्स हैं जो इनमें एक्सपीरियंस थे जिनके इनके बारे में सारे सी खबर है ने। इन्हें जो बिजनेस इन्हें की अज्ञा वधाइन ने पाने के घना सवाल कर रहे हैं कि अगर कोई के नवेसी करनो है तो कोई जो एक्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस है इन्हें की करे सिगन, इन जो फायदो की पारे सिगन ऑनलाइन जो भले वो सोशल मीडिया वो भले ई कॉमर्स वो ऑनलाइन बाइंग एंड सेलिंग वो घना तरीका इन दुनिया घनी अज्ञा वधी हुई है। पांच जो अन्ना 70s 80s स्टाइल में बिजनेस नहीं करावे करुण जो घणु है इन करे पा इन तो चो कि आज प्रोग्राम साथ पा बदे ऑनलाइन एक्सपर्ट्स बनी विन नहीं, लेकिन पा ट्राई करने के एटलीस्ट जरा करो मोटिवेशन दियो जिनके श्योर ने के पा की किंग चालू करो करो चालू करो इन करे करो मोटिवेशन दियो। बट उनजे पहला चाहन तो के पांच प्रेसिडेंट यासीन भा पांची अमुक घाल्यू करन कुलेता इन्हें जो प्रेसिडेंसी जे अंदर में प्रोग्राम असा करी था सिगु। नॉर्मली आके खबर है कि एरो कड़ी थियो ने, पर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह यासीन भा संगे अलाउ करिया कि एरा यंग यूथ रिलेटेड प्रोग्राम्स एन रखो ताकि यंगस्टर्स घना पांच मेमन एसोसिएशन पे को ज्वाइन करी सकें, पां बेगो तालु पां बेगो टच में रहन ने कम्युनिटी सर्विस में तेले आने इनवाइट करान तो यासीन भा के पांची चंद घाल्यू कर ले। अस्सलाम वालेकुम यासीन भा कियो?
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह समीर कियो?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह जा करमैन, बस आई दुआयू हैं घर में बैठा हूं
बस बदे हालत नहीं जाए। जी समीर आओ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ई प्रोग्राम इंशाल्लाह मेरे उम्मीद है पा मेमन में गाल्प करना है ना। वी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आखिरी चीज बहुत खुशी जी गाल है कि माशाल्लाह पांजे मेमन में इतरा चूंता ना होनार प्रोफेशनल्स ने पांजे इतरा सॉलिड एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं स्पेशल यंगस्टर्स
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
तो ये चीज पांके जो मीडिया है आ हमेशा चौंते वी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी मेमन्स आर रियली ब्लेस्ड ने अजी आऊं मेरे दिल से आऊं बदें के जो अजी जो पार्टिसिपेट करी ने क्या बहुत दिल से मेमन एसोसिएशन तरफ से आए क्या वेलकम करां तो आए जी इतरो कीमती टाइम गिनी ने आए ई प्रोग्राम लकन आवा ने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब एक्चुअली अकरो नंदो नोटो को लिखी रहो इंग्लिश में बोलत बट मिके लगे तो पा मेमन में गाल के आई बेटा आई टॉक इन मेमन इटसेल्फ
डेफिनेटली
आई एम श्योर जो सुनना ना बदे समझ सीखना बिकॉज़ ई प्रोग्राम मिके लगे तो आई एम इंग्लिश में पूनो ना पांच मेमन में डिस्कशन मु
जी पा मिक्स में गाल कले कोला जो सब्जेक्ट है ना उनमें मेमन वर्ड्स घना आइन ना तेरे पंजा जो गेस्ट है इन्हें वधारे इंग्लिश में गा करे पर आओ इन्हें के ट्राई करने बने की तरह मेमन में दखल करने इंशाल्लाह
डेफिनेटली आऊं अस्सलाम वालेकुम बदें के इट्स माय प्लेजर एंड प्रिविलेज टू वेलकम you young entrepreneurs and professionals on this platform. First of all, a platform which you all have mastered and found your passion in, right? And it's extremely pleasing to see our Maimans taking a top approach and building their self-made careers, and each of you all creating a brand that has potential to go beyond stars, without any doubt. Because Alhamdulillah, you guys are really, considering today's situation, online business have prospered so well, and you guys are clear example of such integration. I thank on behalf of MSL for making our Maimans proud, and I confidently say our future is in great hands, without any doubt. On a final note, I would love and engage I encourage more youngsters to enter MSL and create a difference that we have been missing. That is the most important. Aji mike lage to panjo message panj youngsters ke din jo hai. Na akro boj important ne akro example hai. अजी पांसी जो समीर बा जो गाल करी ने ई जब एग्जांपल है ई क्या चीज सिखा तो Samir Yuni is a very good example. His ideas in the enthusiasm and commitment has definitely helped MSL in various way, and I know we are more young but who can create a better impact. So definitely panja Meman Ghana in mashallah itri ne talent side nakro panja Samir ba akro panjo example ida same jain, and I'm sure aji jo mashallah jo panke aji jo join theory hai, definitely they are going to bring a lot of changes to our Meman youngsters without any doubt, and hope all the youngsters learn from this expert and in this industry, and I'm sure the entrepreneurs and the professionals are definitely going to serve today's purpose well by sharing their own success story and challenges they have faced become who they are today. Once again, I thank each one of you for taking your valuable time and participating in this forum. I wish you all the best. So mijo ee jange message din jo ane दिल से आएंगे बहुत आएंगे वेलकम करान तो आई टाइम माशाल्लाह इतनी टाइम गिनी ने आई या आवा यो फोरम में ने ऐसी असांगे ई जी उम्मीद है कि जितना भी यंगस्टर्स पान के अचना इनमें पांजो घणो मेमन जो कौम जो सुधारो थी सके तो ने ई जे मिके लगे तो पांजा बी एक पांज मेमन यंगस्टर्स में को नंडो को ई वो के सोच भी के मेमन एसोसिएशन सिर्फ वडा जे हैंडल करी सके एक्चुअली ई चीज के पा and I snari shigonta jo asani jo team I is a completely young team. I don't call myself young, but definitely you see a person like Samir and Abu there are so many like Sabar and there are Ismail and there are so many like so all their youngsters are coming, and we really want those youngsters to be a part of MSL. And please share your ideas, please share your and jo bhi ideas zone and jo bhi soch hai asan ke kari signa and miline we can do a better for this community, and that is the future, because young generation is going to be the upcoming and the next generation, the future pani Meman community like. So I hope inshallah I'm not going to take much of your time, so inshallah I'm sure Samir will do a great job as he's been doing, and I'm really proud of you Samir. Keep the good work. All the best.
Thank you Yasin ba. Jazakallah khair. Bas ain ji duai hu and blessings ain ke para program karita sigo karta bade yari soch wara वक्त नहीं उनके जवान छोकरा अचने करो पांगे नवी चीज सिखाई रहे हैं पाके करो ना तो अच्छे एरोने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बस आइन जी परमिशन है कि सारे प्रोग्राम करता सिगो बट जजाकल्लाह खैर यासिन बा आगे दरबार नहीं रखा आयो ने आराम से प्रोग्राम के नारो ने ऐसा इंशाल्लाह इदासी गिने थैंक यू सो मच जजाकल्लाह खैर. ओके त उहा पंहिंजा प्रेसिडेंट मेमन एसोसिएशन जा यासीन भाट जैसो जरे कहें कि चुम माशाल्लाह इने जी सपोर्ट आए के असारा या प्रोग्राम्स यंगस्टर्स लके ने करता सिगुने इंशाल्लाह अचने वर बो वर में रा घना प्रोग्राम्स कर ले आइडिया आई यासीन भाई चुआ के पंहिंजे यंगस्टर्स में घनी आइडिया हुई नवी नवी सोच है एरो को शख्स है जिनके घनी नवी आइडिया आई नवी सोच बो जाए लेकिन ये वधारे बतारी नथो गिने मुझे खास दोस्तार है मुझे बेको क्रिकेट भी रमे तो माशाल्लाह डराज श्रीलंका बदे के खबर है डराज केड़ी बड़ी कंपनी है उनमें आने हेड ऑफ फैशन वर्टिकल जी पोजीशन में आए इनसे पहला अवीरा थे जो पांचे मेमन भाज जी कंपनी आए उनमें मार्केटिंग जो हेड वो ने माशाल्लाह अवार्ड्स भी जीती है तले इनसिकन्ना सारो शख्स मुझे समझ थी केयर उनो के इनके बारे में गाल करी सके करने वेलकम करा तो पांचो जुबैर बा के अस्सलाम वालेकुम जुबैर बा कियो मजे में हो
वालेकुम सलाम समीर बा thanks for the introduction but bojak vadare wo tapi thanks a lot but इनसी स्टार्ट करने पहला आई वुड से ये सारी स्टार्ट तकरी है पा से कैसे को करो थे तो करो दुनिया में चेंज थे तो कोला गाना जाना सोचन था बिजनेस चूजे वो ब्रिक एंड मोटर में जाए अन्ना आपको जानो मारू अक जगह ते अच्छे उड़ा से पा नेगोशिएट करूं ने पा बिजनेस करूं tapi ऑनलाइन बिजनेस पहला 5 वर्ष पहला बूमिंग तीनो वो tapi आखिर वाई करंट सिचुएशन करो करी इट गेव अस एक्स्ट्रा बूस्ट ऑफ रची वो 5 वर्ष में तीन जो चीज हन 2 वर्ष में थी हुई and who keen change थियो करो थियो let me explain as well and we'll go ahead I'm just screen के share करा तो है
no problem
now rank
right achieve okay I think you'll have to go to the presentation bar
yes
okay there you go right so Zubair I'm going to be quiet inshallah अगर भी के सवाल बवाल उनता आएंगे इंटरप्ट करना ही आइनी प्रेजेंटेशन करो ने अगर नारिन वारे के पांच व्यूअर्स के जो भी सवाल हो नो प्रॉब्लम कमेंट्स में आइन खपे वो सवाल लिखिता सिगो असा इंशाल्लाह वो सवाल के गिनी ने इंशाल्लाह असा उनके जवाब देने सो जुबैर ऑल योर्स
थैंक्स अरबा कोई सवाल हो एमपी जा पूछना सारो सा इंटरेक्टिव वधारे उनो तो गन्ना गाल करले सेरो थी नो
डेफिनेटली
सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आम करो थुला नारनो ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस ने ई-कॉमर्स करो है समझले कोला गना जाना समझनता ऑनलाइन चूजे वेबसाइट बनाइन जो वडो वडो इन्वेस्टमेंट करन जो वडो आए वडो रकम आए आरओआई ने पांचो तरीके में तब एरो खीपी ने ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस इज खाली है ना को फेसबुक पेज खोली गिन ना जो दुकान जो डिटेल्स बदे जी ना तो छुजाए ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस में अची वियो इंस्टाग्राम पेज खोली गिनो या फिर वेबसाइट जो की ऑप्शन नकरो गूगल को चुंदा गूगल बिजनेस वो अकाउंट खोली गिन ना सो यू हैव दैट इज व्हाट ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस ई-कॉमर्स इज बेसिकली पांचो टर्म में चुंदा बाजार या पेटा पांचो मार्केट where people a buyer and a seller meets that's what e-commerce is so e-commerce and gana nala khabar hona pe वापर में होना यंग जनरेशन में बदे खबर होनो इकमान दाराज अलीबाबा अमेज़न ईबे उनके पास चुनता ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट ने खाली ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस के चुनता पा catchme.lk के जो भी हम ब्रिक एंड मोटर ब्रांड लाइक सिग्नेचर एमरल्ड इने बदे वेबसाइट चूजे कोला पोते जो प्रोडक्ट्स पोते बेचनता तो उनके चुनता वो पोते जो स्टोर है वर्चुअल स्टोर तो उनके ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस चुनता खाली ऐसे अंडरस्टैंड कर ले करो ये दुनिया में लास्ट इनमें 2019 जो डेटा ना गोती सिकुं कोले 2019 टू 2020 बड़ो जंप पकड़ो वो ये ओवरऑल ये श्रीलंका में ये डेटा है फुल ओनली फॉर श्रीलंका सो ऐसे खाली नारो इंटरनेट यूसेज फर्स्ट में नारो 2020 में 47% वो पाए टोटल पॉपुलेशन में 40 थी भी है एनुअल इंटरनेट यूजर्स कितना जाना इंटरनेट वापरता 4.1% to 7.9% another growth of 800,000 that is a big number in नानता इनमें से समझ पाए तो ई-कॉमर्स ने ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस is day by day getting serious in our country in Sri Lanka but in Europe and everything is just a norm now ये खाली standard रखो है वेबसाइट अगर रखूँ जो ऑनलाइन पेज रखूँ जो standard थी व्यू है the number of people फेसबुक के हने रीच करा हुआ है हने फेसबुक में को जाने के यहाँ को पेज खोलना वो पेज में से 2020 में यू कैन ओनली रीच 6 million people in Sri Lanka roughly now in 2021 it has doubled so it has increased by 1 million it has increased by 1 million 7 million within a year which is not even finished yet and the same way how many active social media users 6.4 to 7.9 so basically there is around 1.5 uplift 1.5 million people have started coming into the websites and online basically a digital platform am I सुनाई तो समीर बा की आई सवाल की पूछूं जो
ના so far so good. બધે alhamdulillah it's going perfect, don't worry. બીકે
Okay,
સવાલ તો
so-
પૂછને વ્યાદી ના કરો ઘણા સવાલ
હા.
આઈને કે પેલા ખલાસ કરી ના અચાનક
right. અને આમ સોચનો ઈ પોઈન્ટ કે કીન સમજાયા કોલા
Okay.
ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ है देन हम सोचो malo 5 तारीख में सोचा numbers के बताने numbers समझने तब we are very happy with when we see good numbers.
Of course.
So in Sri Lanka in 2018 it was commenced that 34% growth has come in 2018, and the same way in United Nations they have quoted global e-commerce jumped 2.67 trillion. It's not even billion.
$26.7 trillion.
Exactly. I just made the mistake to see. Exactly. $26.7 trillion of business is spiked because of COVID. Yes, COVID में situation में there are bad things happening and everything, but आप छोवा है ना इट opportunity नहीं करने ना वाडो आपको opportunity है जब आप नारू न थे कोला पांगे समझ नहीं करने फास्ट से किला से चालू कर रहे ना it's easier for us to understand what is happening. It's in the beginning it will be tough, but आस्ते आस्ते पांगे करा हुआ है ने for other thing it was quoted by 2022 Sri Lanka is planning to do US $400 million in e-commerce. And the same way where I want to highlight the most વધારે બતારનો હોય Facebook marketplace. એ Facebook હોય તો બધાને કે સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ ટીવી હોય બધાને કે અકાઉન્ટ હોય તો બધા વાપરતા અને Facebook ચાલુ થયો સોશિયલ નેટવર્ક તરીકે છે આને એવું આખો માર્કેટપ્લેસ ટીવી હોય. Just imagine why would a big company pay so much of money to develop all these things without seeing opportunity? And the opportunity has been visible with the numbers of 26 billion in revenue just by last year, which is 48% growth on Facebook marketplace. So those are some numbers that we have to adapt. सोच रहे नानो पे रुपीस में चूल्हा बहुत मुश्किल है तभी
कैलकुलेटर में जगह नहीं होए
जगह नहीं होए निकल बराबर है जगह नहीं होए. And the same way ये scenario COVID scenario अच्छी ने बात जो करो तो apparel sector in Sri Lanka started facing issues. कोला में के चोवा कोला fashion head करनो है डराज में तो fashion head कर अंदर पांच हम में खबर भी fashion the numbers declined थी इंता. But with this COVID push and everything, the whole sector changed. People are start adapting to buy in online. Khali, for example, the new generation is getting used to coming in, and then when you say new generation, is not anyone is in online now. We all have WhatsApp even, so we are anyways part of online network.
Now, before you move on to the next slide, Zubair, मैं क्या करो point करना है जब apparel जी घाल करिया इन. Now, हम भी fabrics जो business में आ, right? Because we deal with mainly European companies. ऐसा European company बड़े महंगा होते हैं. तो आने ऐसा नारुन था कि अक्रो वडो cost वो पहला चीज़ especially अगर इन fabric sell करो था तो one of the biggest cost was fabric sample making. because the sample આઈને ના અગર આઈ વધારે કસ્ટમર્સ કે વેચનો હોય તા ઇતના બધે sample books બનાયો ખપે જો ખર્ચો બહુ વડો હોય ખર્ચો બનાઈ જો ફકત ને બનાઈ ઉનકે સામને સે પ્રેઝન્ટ કરે ને પછી આખરે કી દુનિયા જો કોને મે મોકલનો જો એના કસ્ટમર્સ હે વડો કોસ્ટ હે તાને આવનારન તો યુરોપ મે આકરો નવો સિસ્ટમ ખની આવા ને ઇવન અમેરિકા આઈ થિંક હેવ એડોપ્ટેડ ધીસ આકરો એપ પે સ્વચ્છ બુક કરીને right exactly इनमें आइन जो फैब्रिक जो अकरो हाई रेजोल्यूशन मतलब सारे में सारा क्वालिटी जो फैब्रिक जो फोटो और इवन अ स्कैन उनमें अपडेट करी आई तो आइन के आने सी सैंपल बुक मोकली की जरूरत नहीं आइन खाली वो ऐप में आइन जो कलेक्शन बता रही हो तो वो मारो आइन जो कस्टमर डाउनलोड करे ना रही नो इनके जो इंटरेस्ट है वो फकत ई चुनो में कि ई मोकलो करे ता आइन सोची ना रो वो आखरी चीज रखी ने कितने सी पंजो कॉस्ट ओछो थे तो मतलब सैंपल बुक बनाई ने પછી કે બનાઈ મોકલજો
समीर भाई खाली कॉस्ट बाजू ना अंदर है खाली नारो कन्वीनियंस आजकल दुनिया में ये हाने जो वर्ल्ड मूवमेंट है ऑल अबाउट कन्वीनियंस खाली आपको एग्जांपल है मेमन में सोचनो डील है दैट्स द बेस्ट एग्जांपल आई कैन गिव इन माय फादर्स टाइम माझा मम्मी डैडी दे वुड स्पेंड 50 minutes in the road to save 10 rupees but us we will spend 50 rupees to save 10 minutes. So you see the difference on vice versa on the convenience. Greatest example is how we do banking, how you basically in the move on I'll come on with that.
Basically time is money. That's what we're trying to say.
Time is money basically, exactly. Yes. And this is another slide by but the audience, the viewers, the narna. Ime kero change to the numbers. Sadly, Asian market and Sri Lankan market jo numbers ginla bo mushkil hai. Numbers miriya nahi to Sri Lanka mein digital jo numbers are out ne thya. So खाली आपको इंडिकेशन ले what is happening in the developed world. So I नाना इधर हने मार्क कर रखूँ मैं ऑनलाइन रिटेल सेल्स 2018 में ऑस्ट्रेलिया जो शेयर हुआ 13 ग्रेट एग्जांपल कनाडा 13.9 2019 में 16.5 हो
Billion dollars.
2020 yes billion dollars these are billions. So Canada and Naru 2020 में 28%. If you keep an eye on every country has doubled or 50% growth or 40% growth. And in the same way, if you come to the online retail shares, those are also double. For example, Canada is double. Singapore is also double. So pa e numbers में pa identify का नानो पे कितरो changes थे तो e-commerce ने on site में ने pa कोलाई में अचनो पे. And other reason to be is why to be online. कोलाई pa online में अचनो पे. The main points are reach. For best example, I can give you Samir Yunus, the Sam's perspective. Samir, I think you can give a small indication what kind of reach you got from the social media channels.
No, I think forget the business aside. I mean, अब देंगे खबर है कि मुझे प्रोफेशन आई कंपेयर करन जो क्रिकेट कमेंट्री करन जो मिके गई वर्ष उन्हें खबर ना भी कि ऑनलाइन सारो प्रेजेंस रखिन से कितरो वडो रीच थी सके. Obviously this webinar is not about me, but as an example I can tell you कि अगर आइन जो स्किल पर्सनल लेवल सिखा कर आइन जो स्किल ने आइन जो टैलेंट अगर आइन ऑनलाइन बता रही था सिगो आइन जो करो पोते जो पेज खोली ना का इंस्टाग्राम खोलिया करो यूट्यूब चैनल खोली ना खाली आइन में करो हुनर आइन जो टैलेंट है वो आइन बताए तो सिगो तो जो रीच नेक्स्ट लेवल है. जुबैर के खबर है जुबैर में जब को आई थिंक फॉर द लास्ट हाउ मेनी इयर्स 2 वर्ष बेगा क्रिकेट रमता मैं मन कबले आखिरी टाइम तो केरा भाई ने अजय कितरो बदली भाई आखिरी टाइम तो क्रिकेट रमनो वस ने माशाल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह जा करम है इनके मेके कमेंट्री ले बरकी दिया है. सो दैट्स मेनली बिकॉज़ ऑफ माय प्रेजेंस ऑनलाइन. मतलब जो पेज में जो यूट्यूब चैनल में वीडियोस करने हो जो वस्ते बदे खबर पी के यार एरो ओकरो कमेंटेटर पांच गाम में आए एरो ओकरो प्रेजेंटर पांच गाम में आए. सो इट ओपनड अप अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर मी. And this is a profession for my personally. Just that same thing you apply on your business. You show the world what you have in terms of your products and your services that you offer. That is what I think Zubair means by reach. Panke वडो मार्केट करो खोली तो ने जरे पर सोचिया भी नहीं यू उन्हें के पास पांच प्रोडक्ट्स ने सर्विसेज बता रही था.
And Samir bhai, and you covered everything what I wanted to say. And in narandare convenience. And ke hane bade maru online mein. What I believe the data what am naru mea from the data we get from Alibaba, what I have seen, I hane online mein nahi ho. पांच टाइम में दैट जो टाइम में पांच जून टाइम में करो वो डायरेक्टरी हो कि गो थ्रू मोबाइल येलो पेजेस हो मेमन डायरेक्टरी आई थिंक वन ऑफ दोस स्टिल देयर इन माय हाउस. सो इट्स स्टिल देयर. So that has
येलो पेजेस आने पा मक्खी ने मच्छर मारून थे.
Exactly. અને ઉજ डायरेक्टरी ऑनलाइन है અને पंज वर हाने चालू नहीं करो पंज 6 वर में एंड जो बिजनेस टू एग्जिस्टेंस बदे किदा करो तीनो की खबर ने. This is something that we have to keep an eye on, that why we should come is basically the hane and the generation the customers in they will be replaced with the generation who's coming in, and they are the generation who are more on to convenience and pa who change me adapt not you so business structure business existent misikan ain bade and pote business bare ain janonta, so you all will know how to evolve in what way into e-commerce. So the biggest, coming back to the two biggest failures I can relate to this generation and the previous generation is Nokia and Kodak. Make sure Nokia would have been first phone TV who are below 30s 40s their first phone would have been Nokia, most of the people. Now where is Nokia? There is nowhere, because they always thought people won't adapt to smartphones, and now you see who is carrying Nokia. The market share, everything. The same thing happened to Kodak. They never believed that smart pictures or smart cameras that people we will adapt to it and day to day use kare chalu karne ane panjo naro pa day to day phone mein kitro cheezu karun te. I think phone is replacing camera, your wallet, everything. A phone is going to replace everything in the future, I think.
ऑलरेडी एरो जाए ना यार अकरो पा की भी करनो है फोन के खडियो तो पे ना किडा बुन्नु आए ता फोन के खडो की खेले मंगानो आए ता फोन के खडो कुछ ईमेल वाचनो आए फोन के खडो कोई क्या करो मैं हर चीज इनमें जाए यार.
ता इतरो पा एक्सेस ने कन्वीनियंस में नारुन ताई व्हेन वी पा डे टू डे लाइफ में एग्जांपल दिस स्लाइड विल गिव पा डे टू डे लाइफ में कितना चेंज टीवी एंड पा पहला फॉर बेस्ट एग्जांपल हाउ वी यूज्ड टू पा टुक टुक आटा किन पकड़ना है. वी यूज्ड टू गेट out mama used to say tu road te win auto ginne gare alle wo jo pella ane pa road pe inu bhi na ta ata gi ආට පංජුවට එච්චත. Thanks to pick me.
Yes.
The same how you do banking. Last 2 years, the people who were never believed on the banking apps, I active in no, in natote situation time में बदे TV हो ना change थे तो people are changing. The same way our business have to evolve from time to time from your great grandfather and your dada बदे अच्छने बात and business करो evolve थियो. Same way your business has to evolve as well with the e-commerce. I'm more emphasizing on this because this is something that we really have to think about. Is something I'm not saying open a website, invest a lot of money, nothing. You can do free things. Now, for example, I give you website for a person who is doing wholesale. Okay, so he can open up a small website, putting all his data, all his products, which is going to not cost over 30,000 to 40,000. ने वो वेबसाइट के ने प्रमोट करे सकता इंक्वायरी स्किन ले
जुबेर आकरो एग्जांपल ध्यान तो राइट ना અને ઓબ્વિયસલી બીજો બી બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ પેટામાં સી જાય ને પાંજા મહેમન્સ વધારે માશાલ્લાહ પેટા में હોલસેલ ને રિટેલ જો બિઝનેસ કરતા કપરે જો આઈ થિંક મેજોરિટી 70 to 80% of our traditional family businesses are that અને પેટા से जब हम बाहर आवे ने जो अकेशा फैब्रिक्स जो काम चालू करूं અને इनमें वन ऑफ द मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजीज से यूज करूं थे गूगल एड्स ताकि आने फॉर एग्जांपल गूगल में कोई फैब्रिक सप्लाई इन श्रीलंका सर्च करे तो मुझे एडवर्टाइजमेंट अकेशा फैब्रिक्स जो ऐड करने मत चुनो आई भरोसा नहीं करो जुबेर मिके डी में खबर मुझे भाके फोन करने पूछो असा बोइन जो मेन लैंडलाइन असो मोबाइल फोन ते रूट करने रखे आयो अगर उडा कोई आंसर तो करे तो मुझे फोन ते डायरेक्ट अचतो डी में कितना फोन अचंता ओगुलंगाव लाइक्रा फैब्रिक तीनोद ओगुलंगाव डेनिम फैब्रिक तीनोद ओगुलंगाव कैनवस फैब्रिक අපිට රුපියල් අපිට මීටර් 200ක් ඕනේ අපිට මීටර් 300ක් ඕනේ අපිට මේ ගාමන්ස් මාන්න ඕනේ මේක තියනවාද අරක කිත්තරා ෆෝන් අචන්තා અને ઈ બધે potential customers in if I was a business in PETA if I had a shop in PETA
sure exactly because
इनमें हम बोतरे सेल कन्वर्ट भी करे रांचो अपी गावने मंगवाटो होयला देना हम पेटा में जो और के बोतरे जो दुकान के फोन करी बा मैं के बोतरे सैंपल मोकलो वो कस्टमर के बता रही मैं क्या साइड में को कमीशन मारी करूं बिजनेस करीने ये जो धंधो ने but because I am yeah people are calling and looking for us
exactly what I'm trying to say Samir but since you are there people are calling you हाने आई सोचो हाने आई नहीं हो हाने ऑनलाइन नहीं करने आपको कस्टमर के खाली आई जो कोलंबो जो माल खाली एक्सेस ने दुनिया जो एक्सेस है हाने आई नारना आई पांचो ट्रेंड में ज़ारा जा गुची जा कितना जाना बाबरो से मंगाए था which is not available in Sri Lanka
correct
because the access is there so when the access is there people will do it हाने आई खाली चोंता for example a person XYZ person was for 20 years in business and he never opened up in digital he never the same way his competitor who never had a market share in the brick and mortar opened up a website this is the example I'm giving which is actually happened is a TUI mike wo brand you naal nato choy open na kari the other person opened his competitor opened online he took over the whole brick and mortar of the other competitor so the person who initially started lost it ને ઈ ચાલુ કરલે કે વડી ગાલ ને કારણ કે બધે Facebook Instagram ને WhatsApp is owned by one company so આ આખરી જગ્યાએ ચાલુ થી ના બે બધે જો લિંક થીવી ને તો ને ઈ કરલે કારણ કે what do experience keep in up કારણ કે અને if you don't understand I'm pretty sure you have a son or nephew or grandson or someone who is in this generation who can explain it in an easier way as well
so पंहिंजो आकरो मकसद ई कारण जो वेबिनार जो आकरो मकसद ई भी है जुबेर के घना आई नथा चो के पंहिंजा मारा फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग ने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह माशाल्लाह आई थिंक आवर कम्युनिटी इज वेरी फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग बट मिके घना मुझा फ्रेंड्स चोएं के यार मिके ऑनलाइन चालू करनो है डेडी ना चूंता डेडी चुदा बदे पंहिंजो कम ने इने के मर्जी ने के पंहिंजो बिजनेस जो डिटेल्स बदे ऑनलाइन जो ई ने ऊ ने ता आई थिंक दिस इज वे आकरो पंहिंजो डिफरेंस करियो खपे के पया ई थरकन जी गाल ने हां ऑब्वियसली पापा जो बिजनेस सीक्रेट्स ता नथा शा करो ना पा कुरो वेचूंता है पंहिंजो कुरो बिजनेस आहे आंगे जो सेफ्टी चीज उजावे उजो कोलेता जुबेर चुई वारे आंके अकरो वडो मार्केट अज नहीं समझ कोई बट अज आइन चालू करना अकरो जार वारे अज प्लांट करना तो 5 वर बाद उंजा पल्लचना
almen exactly then only so हाने आइन छोंता उ तरको होय तो आइन आने आंके तरको होय तो कोटो ऑर्डर करनो पैसा नहीं दे माल उपाने बगी विनो कोले टाइम करो जो वेबसाइट में की इंक्वायरी होय आइन जो WhatsApp में छीने एंड फॉर एग्जांपल एनारो order on WhatsApp any website में विनना any click करना WhatsApp मैच नो so WhatsApp मैच नो तो करो समीर बाबू जो मतलब है मोबाइल नंबर है నేను మారు के చూసి కొంత तो बैंक में पे स्लिप के जे ने के फोटो मोकल हिंज फेसबुक में इंस्टाग्राम में कितना जाना डरास में आम एग्जांपल ॾिसो त केतिरा ॼणा हिंच धंधो करनि था. I know housewives, I know brands who have made millions from out of nowhere. For example, this brand I can tell you, brand T-shirt Republic. मूंखे लॻे थो घणा youngsters नालो.
I'm wearing it that exactly.
I'm wearing that T-shirt as well.
Okay.
So ई brand चालू करी डरास में 3 वर पहला. A brand is part of a manufacturer called Aurora Clothing. They are part of that. So they started their own private label brand. When they initially started 1 year ago, they were not making money. They were just part of the Daras growth. Alhamdulillah, they are now making more than 7 figures LKR per month. And they are, for example, they are getting 200 orders per day. So that is not something miracle they have done. They
and they still don't have any jagri dukaan ne na suni
ne online match karanta ana hin jainaro ee last 1 year mein kitra and the favorite Sri Lankan brand online chalu kariye ane mija dostar advertising mein na background se aaya all the big brands FMCG brands have started 50% of the annual advertising spend on digital. ई बदे वड़ा ब्रांड्स ई बदे खाली ता ई-कॉमर्स में पैसा ना है जिन्ना की रिटर्न ना होइता
बराबर है
तभी वो रिटर्न अच्छले सेल होने इन बिजनेस चालू करेंता कस्टमर गोतोंता सोर्सिंग में नारोंता जो एक्स्ट्रा यूएसपी करोवा यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट कोरे गोती की होता ही जाइन रेप्लिकेट करने वर्चुअल में जिंजित गाले इनमें की रॉकेट साइंस की ने जस्ट सीखना हो पे आएंगे समझना पे एंड कोई समझ जाए उनके गोतो नेता कोई आए उनके बनाए हो एंड जो घर में कोई आए हु इज 15-16 years old, I would really recommend all who are below age of 14 and above and e-commerce में सीखो सोशल मार्केटिंग करो है सोशल मीडिया करो है
डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के कोर्सेस आजकल घना है खप्पे इतना ऑनलाइन कराए घर में सीख रहा है
एग्जांपल ले लो आके उस लास्ट स्लाइड हो जाए समीर बा आके इडा बदे ई गूगल डिजिटल करा जाए ना. This is a very good course for any beginner to understand. It's a free course and you are going to be certified from Google.
Wow.
And that certification you can use. And the same way HubSpot Academy. Tools you need to learn. These are all in online. You don't have to pay. It's free. Not like you have to pay. You have to just give your time for 1 hour. The learning you do, who is over in the second generation, who's want to do some business in e-commerce and your parents have bit of struggle, you learn and explain to them. And if the uncles, all the uncles, I'm requesting you all, if you all don't understand, there's no problem. See the budget and just see what the feasibility is. Just start from somewhere. Ida se chalu karo. Then chalu karna tha kida se sikhna. And chalu nahi karo tha ki sikun jo nahi. Same as how you started. Everyone started their business, right, Samir? I'm pretty sure you were never in the fabric business. You learned.
तो समझो मां 3 वर्ष जो थी ने बाद माइक पकड़ीने किडा से गाल के ने बैठो ने बाद किडा पंज गाल ना हाले.
Ne Panja Akraba and Abdul Ba, who is my brother. Exactly, you know him.
Yeah.
He does
absolute legend.
Absolute legend. He does social media marketing, and I spoke to him. He's even willing to do free in Maiman for Maiman brothers and sisters. He's willing to do courses for free. So learn. Please try to understand. This is something that is going to be really big in Sri Lanka.
This is the future.
This is the future, but sadly the present in the world. So let's take advantage now at least, without thinking, putting a head up and say, "Ayo, panjo, pella kariya veda paki kari sikya hoy karne." Don't have that regret. At least start. If you fail, also no problem. Failing is part of any business or any life, but you will learn out of something. If there's anything that you all want to learn or have inquiries, please give me a shout or ask Samirba or send me a WhatsApp. So yeah, I think Samirba, now we have 4 other speakers. I think they will give a better example because they have lived upon from the root level. So I
definitely. And all the things you mentioned, Zavirba, ee jo panja achindwara next guest ne badde wo experience kari chuki hai. Ne je experience mein panga ghano sikhla minno. And aro bade suno ta naro sune Zubair bhai ne number ujiri ni ain public mein badenge naal lekane phone kane harass ma karja. Zubair bhai व्यान थी व्यान ई ना भूली वंजा समझया ये सिंगल ने व्यान थी व्यान माशाल्लाह बहुत खुश हैं. प्लीज इनके हरस मा करजा बट हाँ अगर डिजिटल के बारे में जो भी सीखने हो अगर एडवर्टाइजिंग के बारे में की भी एडवाइस कर पाए पर्सनली मिके जुबैर बा घणो एडवाइस करी है तेने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जाऊं मुझे कमेंटरी प्रोफेशन सिंगिंग हर चीज जाऊं जुबैर बा मिके बोर पहला चवावा के समीर तू ही कर ता तू अग्या वधने कने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ये एडवाइस में जाऊं करूं कम थी वियो अना घणो अग्या वण जो बट एटलीस्ट इट्स अ स्टार्ट तालो पा स्क्रीन के उभारुन ते back to our conversation achunde, right? Ane Zubair ba, first of all, brilliant presentation, thank you so much, mashallah. And itro time ne for tujia ai gal mein ain khabar hai bo busy ho edi badi company mein kaam karo to, but still panj mehman bha ben le karne ai time karne kariya tele karne jazakallah khair, allah inke ajr de ne, hopefully inshallah paira gana programs kari sikne agya.
Yeah, thank you. I hope at least someone also at least learned or something learning. If there's some learning who can give us, please get in touch with us. We love to learn.
Definitely.
So,
and agar
thanks
aage
a
ko
lot.
jo bhi sawal hain, please in my comments mo jita sigo apa Zubair ba ke puchne inje tak pa introduce Zubair ba injivio I asa we need you still. We will introduce our other guests. The first of them is Aftab Aziz. I'm sure he's someone a lot of us on the Memon Samachar page know, because he was one of the guys I interviewed for Memon Samachar. Aftab Aziz is the CEO of Catchme.lk, and he is a very well-known entrepreneur, e-commerce entrepreneur. Aftab, assalamu alaikum, kiyo?
Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah, all good.
Alhamdulillah, happy to know. Panja I achine kore idea si chalu kariya Catchme.lk ne kulla karo website jo nalo kuleta ainji family business obviously petami ai ne, but still I completely different structure ko chalu kariya. Tell us your story.
First of all, thanks to Zubair for an extensive detail of e-commerce and online. I think he covered everything. But coming to the topic, Mike ki different karno, not into usual textile. I wanted to do something different. Online was as a space where I was very interested in. I was very keen on doing something different, and I knew online is something that's going to pick up in the coming years. So this was back in 2012 that decided to shift to something on online e-commerce platform where people are it will be accessible for people to buy goods just with their phone, the laptop, any way that's easier to them.
Okay. So obviously, few years ago, you figured out what the future is going to be, and that's why you decided, okay, it's time to invest now. You also have a store Aftab in Babalapitia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How does, I mean, for me, it's when you were doing so well online, how do you then complement between online sales and store? What was the idea behind having both of it?
Okay. So the reason we decided for a hybrid model is because we had a lot of customers. We were doing a lot of homeware item, electronics. There is still a very large group of customers who still prefer wanting to come and see the product, wanting to see the product, feel the product, and then buy. Certain customers are familiar, but that's changing as time goes on. But then certain people enjoy coming to a store, spending some time, walking around, looking at things. So that's a different experience as well. So even say for us, at some point we love, I love online shopping. That's the most convenient thing. But at times, I would prefer, just getting out, walking around, just looking at things. So it's like we target two different group of customers. So there is a group of customers who would prefer walking in, having a look at the product, checking the product out. And then, so here the hybrid model for us was important, was to build up the brand credibility.
Okay.
Because say for a company like Daraz, which is very well known, it's part of the Alibaba group, the credibility build is already there. For smaller companies, say in
for a local brand, it must be more difficult. Exactly.
So people think, okay, credibility online. Are they going to actually send me the goods, or are they going to send me something else, or are they going to send me something which is not going to be working? So to build up the credibility, that a physical store was always important. When people found out that we actually had a physical store somewhere, they were okay to purchase online. These were the outstation orders, and where people were not, it was not accessible for people to come in. So the hybrid model actually worked out advantage to both. Even the brick and mortar store plus the online, it was helping, it was complementing each other. It was not like one was taking the other business.
But it's interesting because you went in reverse mode. Ghana jana pa achine pella dukan chalu karine pachi online na arte Zubair ba chuna avare. But I achine pella website chalu karine pachi ain naria ke akro ane brick and mortar store hoy tabi saro koleta, like you said, credibility hodi. Zubair ba, do you have any questions for Aftab, or shall I move on to the next?
No, you can. There's no doubt. But as you said, Papa, पांच सोच में रही है credibility वादर वो इतना वादर business करना है. So वो store actually worked for him. It's a great example. पहले website चालू कर नंदो दुकान रखना. So outstation people also know कि मुश्किल उनका पांच खबर है कि डाविड नो है करने.
Okay, all right. After by interview, because बहुत सारे सवाल हैं, इंशाल्लाह पकड़ नहीं. In the meantime, let me also introduce our another special guest who is Sadia Irshad. She is the founder and lead esthetician, if I pronounce that well, at Beauty Bar LK, which is an online store which sells high quality branded makeup and perfume stuff. Sadia, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Why can't I hear you? Are you sure you're okay on your audio? Yes, but very slightly.
No?
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, I think the mic is on that AirPod. Okay.
Yeah. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. As you can see, we are discussing online businesses, and you are someone who's doing that on Instagram with your brands that you get down from. I don't know where you get it down from, but you do a lot of big brands for makeup and stuff. Tell me your story. How did you start, and what's this all about?
Okay, so once I got married and came from Canada, so I'm a makeup artist here now. So in 2017, we started this business, Beauty by LK. So I had some clients who wanted things from abroad. So we thought, why not get them down? So Canada was not possible. I had someone from UK, so that was easy to do. So we started getting down body care for my clients. I started with my clients, and once that kind of went well, we started getting in stuff for the others as well. So we started taking in orders slowly, and now we started getting down some toys, mother care items, shoes, clothes. Now we get on anything and everything basically.
That's amazing. So it's because you were in the makeup scene is that you realized that, okay, there is a demand for certain brands which are not easily available here, and that you can get that down.
Yes. At that time, there was a gap that we could, enter in. There weren't many people, but then now I'm sure you can see that there are many people doing the same thing. Yeah.
No, competition is always going to be there. That's in anything, whether it's online or offline, it's anything.
Exactly.
Tell me this. Obviously, you don't have a shop. You just have a studio for makeup for which clients come, right? So obviously, being online on Instagram and Facebook must be quite helpful to sort of reach out to customers and show them what products you have and all that.
Yeah, so what I do is sometimes I get on something extra and I do tutorials on my makeup page, and then I refer them to my beauty page as well. So if they're interested in that item, they can message me on my page, other page as well, and I can get it down for them. That's how I kind of advertise my product.
Okay, brilliant.
So,
Sorry, you were saying something. Go ahead, finish it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, so I looked at your Instagram page. Obviously, I'm no one that knows much about makeup. My wife does. I'm sure you know that both of you all sometimes work together also for makeup and stuff like that. So, I can say that getting down big brands is no easy task. So for you to be able to do something like that is brilliant, and also because you sort of looked at an opportunity that was connected to your business. Now, this is something, Zubair, I'm sure you'll agree that, maybe just to get online, you don't have to necessarily do the exact business that you're doing, but you might even be able to figure out a gap like Sadia did and, get into that line and get that online.
Yeah, no, sure. The same thing you can give is Pick Me. From Freewheel to Pick Me Flash to a marketplace. Facebook, everyone is evolving. It's something of an opportunity, and it's just that we have to try it out. I think these are all a great example who they are sharing the experience.
Brilliant. Okay, so that is Sadia's story. We'll obviously, I'm going to remind everyone that if you have any questions for our special guests, as you can see, some of them are feeling a little nervous. Let's calm that down and be as relaxed as possible. Our next awesome guest is Abdus Salam, and he is someone who, when I look at him, I become hungry because he sells crepes, some of the most tastiest crepes in town and the most affordable ones. Assalamu alaikum, Abdus Salam. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on board in this event. Yeah.
No problem. You started off as a food truck, Abdus Salam. What was that all about? Kidasi idea avi hai ke food truck chalo kole. Abhi kena to lage inje pehla koi meman gaddi mein randine vechi hai.
Yeah, so I've been pursuing entrepreneurship for the past 9 years or so, and then as consumer, like when you go out there in the street food arena, you don't see much of new things, right? Back in 2016, like there were very limited food trucks. So wherever you go, there is burgers and fries. And then I thought to myself, why not we serve something different to the market? And Then I had this idea to serve waffle, which looked like burgers, but then that was a failure because we couldn't build a team, because building a team is very important. You can't do things alone. So on a trip to Australia, I came across this French venture which was serving in the streets of Melbourne. I was very curious to know how things are working. So every day I would go there and stand and look at, because I didn't have any experience in terms of the food industry, literally. So I would go there and buy and keep spending and see what's going on. People would be standing on lines like so patiently, no fights there. So, so it was so beautiful. And then the intent was there. Even though I failed on the first plan, I had that intent to give something different to the market, which was the experience. So that was the ultimate turning point, where for me, when you go to a street food venture, it's just transactional based business. When you go to golf, you buy, you say hi, bye, and that's about it. And it's not a brand. So the turning point for me was to focus on building a brand which created that ecosystem for the customers to incline towards the brand. So I believe we started off with the food truck, and it kicked off, and it's been pretty amazing. The journey. We have currently 4 branches, and the 5th one is also going to come out in Bambalapitiya. And yeah.
No, I mean, see, if starting off a food truck is not an easy task, because one thing, you got very small space to work with, and then you have only one station where you're going to stop and then sell crepes. And I'm sure, because I want to bring back to the topic of our discussion, which is, the presence online and how that has helped. How has your journey been in boosting your business online? Because I know you're big on like, I always seen you taking videos of your customers eating the crepes and talking good about that. How has that been? How has it helped your business boost?
Yeah. So that's what I mentioned, saying now most of the street food businesses are not into branding. I mean, they're mostly into selling, and then that's about it. And then I thought to myself that first we give that experience to the customer, and then make sure that we build a brand which is backed by user generated content. So that was my ultimate goal. So one example, if a doctor is having a crepe, one of us friend will also be excited to have a crepe. So if it's a celebrity, again another celebrity is going to come. So my intent was crystal clear. So I was focusing on the UGC, which is the user generated content, and ever since then we have created a trend. So whenever customer has a crepe, he would surely 100% he will go and snap a picture. And I don't think that any other businesses in such scale to get so much of UGCs in terms of online. So anytime you go on social media, we would get at least like around 100 snaps of customers weekly, or more than that. So it goes on. If you to prove it, you can just go to Instagram. We have these icons called the photos and all these things. So you can just go there and see for a day how many photos you get. So sometimes you don't take everything, but it's like a journey where we have evolved as a brand, because our focus was to give something new to the market and an experience to the consumer, but not something just which is there in the market already.
Interesting. I mean, that's a very interesting angle to look at, Salam, because there's one thing to be present online, okay, to have all your pictures and all your products and services and to explain to people what you do, but to engage with the customer is a whole different thing. I think that requires a lot of attention, that requires a lot of hard work. I'm sure as much as you work hard in your truck to make the crepes, I'm sure engaging with your customers online also must be hard work. So how did you start? Have you like outsourced it to an agency, or is it done in-house? How does it work?
To be frank, I run the whole the marketing, the content area. I personally run it by my own self. Certain people don't believe that, but then they might be having.
It's hard to believe because of how good it is. That's why.
So I'm exposing certain things. So literally, I run the whole content area, and all these strategies are being developed by me. It's not outsourced, because you can outsource easily. You can just pay $25-30 and $30,000 and just outsource. But then that real presence of you making that decision is not there. That sometimes the agencies don't incline to what you really want, So I really want that control, because we build strategies end of the day. So yeah, and it has been working.
All right. Okay. Speaking of engagement, I'll let you be for a while, and I want to bring in Aftab to this conversation because Aftab, for you, obviously, is also about putting up your products and your services online and making sure that customers see that. And on your end, it's a lot of work because every single SKU should be on the website and on your platforms. Again, how do you do it? Is it again in-house or have you outsourced it? And if so, do you feel it's worthwhile or do you think, no, I'm just there to be present?
No, we do it in house. We have a team
Okay.
who's into product sourcing, looking at products, description, product images, all of that. So it's not easy. It's tough because when you have so many SKUs, so many different products, gadgets keep changing. You have new items that will come in, certain items go out of stock. So we actually weigh it out. We always make sure we have a decent quantity of a certain product. Then it's worthwhile the effort of putting it online. So if we are to get, say, a smaller quantity of a product, we don't bother putting it online because our brick and mortar will sell it, and the effort it's not worth it. So we actually look at quantities, and we the same way we actually help out people as well who want to do online in that case.
Okay.
Who purchase from us and then put it up online, and they can sell it. They can actually sell the products and pass the lead to us. They get a commission off it. So that way we're helping these people as well on the way.
Okay. So let's say I want to start an online business. I don't need an investment. I don't need anything. I just basically start up an Insta page, and then you will give me photos of your products. I just sell it and let you do the sale, and I get a commission. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. We do the fulfillment part of it. We'll do all of that. And then that's how a lot of few of the businesses have started with us, where they actually on a commission, where they handle the sale part of it only. And then we do the fulfillment part. And then later on, they want to buy products from us. Then they purchase products from us. And then, we encourage them to purchase from us and then take it a step further. They want to build up their website. We help them do that as well. And even we help with the website Daraz integration, where stocks are integrated with Daraz, because Daraz is another huge channel where you can sell products as well. So that way we help out a lot of new upcoming people who want to do something different. Some who want to do something different on the online space.
That's brilliant. I mean, young guys, listen, if you're listening and watching this, here's a couple of super opportunities. You have Catchme.lk and Daraz Sri Lanka, two of probably the biggest brands in Sri Lanka right now, willing to help you out. So, I mean, you can even start your own little business without anything.
And,
yes, Zubair.
And Samir, just to add on this, now, after for you to identify what are fast moving and everything, it would have been just 4 clicks away, right? Because you have a website.
Yes.
So I think Samir, this is something that we have to emphasize more on. It's something that fast moving stock export करे ना रहा भाई कितरो वो fast moving product ने कितरो बार replenish करना पे
और advantage है online inventory रखने से कोले तो पाके जितने तरीके वाले book में ना इन्हें रखने जरूरत नहीं कि
inventory ने उचारो store मारो ना चे चोपरी पे को ना चे उसे जोड़ी store व्यो store बंद one day business band.
Stock taking.
Now else send someone from the store, kade podium, you bring the book can come from where way. You get what I say? So I just want to emphasize on that, Samir bhai. You can continue.
All right. Our friend Sadhya has been way too quiet. I want to ask you, Sadhya, let's say I want to buy a Prada lipstick. Okay, don't judge me. Maybe it's for my wife. Okay. So what's the procedure? How do I order it, and what do I have to do once I come to your Instagram page? Tell me the customer journey when they come to a page like Beauty by Alkia.
Okay, so usually clients types out what they want, or they send a picture of what they want. So what we do is ask them to send a UK link, from any UK website. So sometimes what Canada has, UK doesn't have, what US has, we don't have. So we always ask them to send us a UK link. So then we go on and then we check the availability, we check the cost, and then we get back to them with the price. So once they're okay with the price, we get it done for them. So we ask them to, the procedure is you pay 50% upfront. And then once the product is here, you pay the balance payment and we deliver it for you, or you can come and pick it up.
So you basically don't hold stock. You only get it down if a customer wants it.
So we only keep stocks of things that we know that are moving fast. It's not, especially not high-end brands, because not everyone wants the same thing.
Okay, that's brilliant. All right. Okay, another person that we promised to bring you on this show, who was quite adamant quite reluctant at the beginning, but I somehow convinced her. Say hello and say salam to Miss Tahira Ilyas. Salam alaikum, Tahira. Please put your camera on and talk to us. And unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself, please.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Hi, walaikum salam. Thank you for having me on the show.
Sorry to keep you waiting for so long, because as you saw, there was a very lovely conversation going on. tell me about your story. Okay, by the way, before I ask, I have to tell you, Tahira is many things. I didn't even have space on the poster to put up everything. So she's the founder of Peppermint Cafe and also boutique at Horton Place. She's a fashion designer. She's what else was it? Also the director in the two companies. So Tahira has lots of things among that smile of hers that she has. So tell us, Tahira, what was your story? How did you come up with the idea of a fashion boutique and a restaurant together?
Okay, so first of all, I come from a garment industry background, and I've spent a lot of time at our factory because I always got my clothes customized because normal ready-made clothes won't fit me because I've always been on the plus size, right? So that I spent a lot of time there, and throughout I kind of fell in love with the process of making clothes because that was my playground, like from the time I was a kid, so I just fell in love with the whole manufacturing thing. And obviously I had to customize my clothes because I was a foodie, right? So that is how both of these things came together, So as I grew older, I realized that I really liked that. And that's my background. So, I mean, we talk about it at home, factory, production, this, that, and all of that. So I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. I wanted to get into customizing, manufacturing clothing and customizing it because I realized there are a lot more other people who are like me, who want clothes, to fit them because not everyone fits the mold. Some people are too big, too small, too short, too tall, whatever, and their style is different from what is available at the stores. So I thought, okay, fine. I want to get into customizing clothing, and then obviously I needed a platform to sell my clothes. So that's how the design studio and the boutique came about.
Okay.
And Peppermint Cafe came because obviously food and retail, they tie in very well together. After shopping, everyone who just wants to go and, chill for a bit, eat something. And obviously I'm a foodie. I eat a lot of food. So then I'm like, might as well, I put my expertise into work.
Okay, that's quite interesting. But obviously, as with all businesses, Tahira, I'm sure starting off must have had its challenges in ensuring that you make sure that people know that you exist, that you sell these clothes, that you have a restaurant. I'm sure social media and e-commerce must have made a massive part in you reaching those audiences that you have right now.
Definitely. Even before the physical store and the cafe were open, we opened our Instagram page and we created hype. And through the pictures and the stories, everyone was like, oh my God, where is this place? Where are you going to start? Or what's your location? So online presence has helped us immensely right from the beginning. So,
and again, do you do that all by yourself, or is there like an agency that's helping you, or how does it work?
Initially, yeah, I was doing it by myself, but then I realized, managing 3 brands and all of them have a different brand identity. I couldn't do it all by myself. You need a team. So we then started doing it in-house, but then I realized that you need a professional touch. I mean, if you are looking to grow internationally, you can't just, have it has to look good. The quality of the pictures, the angles, your captions, your hashtags, all of that has to really be on point. So currently, I changed a lot of companies, but then the ones that I'm working with right now, they're amazing. They like hit the spot and they work very closely with what I want and how I want it because I'm very particular about the details.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting because I can think of a good example. When you're a small business, you generally do your own accounts. For example, Hisab Kitab is very simple, small transactions, simple things. You just put it on an Excel sheet and you know how much you earn, how much you spend, blah blah blah. But as you grow, as you become a bigger company, then you need to hire an accountant. You need to have a software, all of that. So I think digital is the same thing. As you grow, as your marketing needs to become bigger and bigger, then you take professional help, then you take the help of experts. So that becomes sort of very, very important as your company grows. Okay, Zubair, there seems to be a question for you. Let me put you on that. It says there are so many. Mohammed Khalid is asking this question. There are so many e-commerce platforms to start an online store. What do you guys recommend for an easy way to start? And in the meantime, guys, before he answers that, the rest of you guys, Sadia, Tahira, Abdul Salam, Aftab Aziz, whatever you would like to also answer here, please go ahead. And also, if you have any questions from each other, please feel free to ask. Okay, Zubair, answer this question for us, please.
Yeah, so in Sri Lanka currently the only e-commerce platform which you have or which you can depend on is in Daraz. So, but Daraz is only not the thing for Sri Lanka, yes. But the same way for Alibaba, Amazon, you have to see how you can work on a dropship module, how your costing works, what the return is. But there are ample amount. You can start from Daraz. Just to clear it, you can go to Amazon and eBay and Myntra, Jabong. It all depends on how their requirements are, how you can fulfill it. But Daraz is the best way to start from the e-commerce platform.
All right, there you go. Man speaking for his company. Aftab, you agree or disagree there?
Yeah, no, I agree. Daraz is a very good, it's a huge marketplace. So that's where it gets a lot of traffic coming through, and it's only ideal that you have your products listed there.
Right. Okay. Since you're on the screen, there's a question for you. Amir Kader, question for Aftaba. At what point do you think an existing online business is ready to go as a physical store? Obviously, you spoke about the credibility, but there is a certain point you decide, okay, you know what, now's the time to go a physical channel running. What is your advice to such people?
See, online is a very good testing ground because you can test it out with different products. Once you're at a physical store, once you make up a physical store, the interior, the setup, everything is more towards a certain category that you're working on. And it becomes very difficult to change. Online will give you that option to understand which is your category, which is your area. Maybe you start up with one area and maybe it's not that great, it's not moving that well. You start up another category that's moving really well. And then you recognize, okay, let me start up my physical store with this product. So it's a very good testing ground as well. And not only just a testing ground, it'll actually help later on build up the customer base. The existing customer base will know that you have a physical store. So that credibility, you'll have something to start to hit the ground running because you'll have a base of customers who are going to be coming in immediately. So it actually complements each other, which way you want to go. But online is the best way to start off because that way you'll get a direction of where you should be going.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. We have a question for Saadia. Saadia, I'm going to put you on the main screen now. Tasneem Hanif has a question for you. She says, with so many brands bringing down similar products, how do you guys maintain the high standards that you guys actually have?
So we usually buy reviews. So we have a lot of customers. So once our customers purchase from us, we always get them to review items. So, I mean, every time you buy something or you enter a new place, you always make sure to check the reviews just like you would at a restaurant at least. We provide a delivery on time, reliable service, trust. So a lot of people know me through my makeup page. So when they buy things from Beauty Bar LK, they know that it's me. So you have that trust with the clients as well.
I think, you know what, that's actually a very good point because that's something I've also seen in my business that, along with the product and service that you offer, you also have to build this nice relationship with your clients, supplier-client relationship, because sometimes maybe you're selling the same product as someone else's, but it's that extra effort you put. You show the customer that you genuinely care about them, that you want to, you want to make sure that they get the right product. Now, that is something I face at my showroom on a daily basis. When a customer walks in, I can easily get one of my sales guys to sit and say, but that attitude won't help. The attitude should be, you know what, I'm here for you, sir. What do you want? Tell me, I'm here to help you out. I mean, I'm not an interior designer, but go ahead, Saadia, please.
At the end of the day, they're paying us, so you want to give them that proper customer service.
Precisely. And there's a satisfaction point in that. You're happy that, okay, someone, because of your help, they got the right product. Because, myself and my brother, both of us are not interior designers, but they ask some of these customers, some of these ladies, they come and sit the whole day in the showroom and they're like, ba, e-pink ki saru hai ki e-pink saru hai? E-blue me jo putar jo room le halno ki e-pink me jo dhi jo room le halno? And we are like, listen, we have no idea. But sometimes you act like you really care, no, you know what, this is really nice. So customer engagement, as much as you are on digital platforms, as much as you have your websites and your e-commerce platforms, I think engagement is something that needs to be done a lot. Okay. There was a question.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I said this is more to deal with beauty as well. So I don't want to tell the customer the wrong thing, because at the end of the day, it's my name. So when I suggest something to a customer, I want to make sure that it's the right thing. So that's why we usually take our time and talk to the customers. Even if it's half an hour to 1 hour, we still get the conversations going until they are satisfied with the product that they're buying.
That's what you mean. Customer engagement is, I think, very, very important. Okay. Abdul Salam has been quiet for too long, so there's a question for him. Abdul Sattar has a question for you. He says, when your Instagram got hacked, which we all knew about, obviously, very sad story. What were the challenges you went through to get it done and got back on track? Now, these are challenges that people might have. Obviously, with every good thing, there is the bad side of it also. And this is something that you can have trouble with. How did you come through it, Abdusalam?
Well, it was a crazy moment for me, like to go around finding people, but whoever called themselves as pros didn't turn up at that time. All they said was
Really? Okay.
even people who recovered celebrities account were like, sorry, this is it, you can't do. And end of the day, when it comes to me, I never give up. So I was pushing. I was speaking to the chat support from Facebook, and then I went to the CID because it was a crazy situation where they have used my account, and they were in the midst of publishing few extremism content. So
Really?
Facebook had blocked it then and there, and then both the hacker and myself, we were unable to use the account. And literally spoke to the CID, and then you can't get things done in a day, sadly, in Sri Lanka. So it took around 2 proper weeks after all this phase of depression and all these things, where you get a call from a landline, Matya me api CID king katha karanne, and then
Seriously.
I think they helped us out, and the hacker was behind like the ad accounts. So that's all we knew, and we didn't go to push and ask who did it, blah blah blah. And then we got the reset link, and I think we got it back. And then we got our Facebook also verified. I think as a small startup, I think we were the first business to get that also verified in terms of Facebook.
Okay, that's brilliant. And in fact, last year you won the Slim SME Brand of the Year award, which I think is massive. And I'm sure I think digital marketing played a massive part in getting that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Tahira, I think you also went through something like this. I think there was a misunderstanding. There was a post that sort of created unnecessary pressure on you guys. What was that all about, and how did you come out of that? I'm sorry if it's an uncomfortable question, because I understand what the post was. No, because I understand what that post intended, but a lot of people took it the wrong way. So could you explain maybe what went on there and how you came out of it?
Yeah, so what happened is that at one point we had a lot of Muslim staff, right? All the guys were talking in Tamil, like the more guys. And so, they were around the barista talking so much in Tamil. And then so this is pre-pandemic, right? So we had a lot of tourists and foreign people coming in, and it didn't look nice when these guys were like talking to each other in Tamil. So
in a language that someone else doesn't understand because it's considered rude, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we put a sign in the barista where it was not really visible to our staff saying, do not talk in Tamil, right? And then one person who came in took a picture of that, put it online and said that, we are very racist and we don't want a particular kind of, we don't want people to talk in Tamil, or it's almost as if we are against that. And that went viral and it went crazy, people were messaging us, and it went like fire. And then we had to do a formal apology, get a letter done and signatures and stuff like that. And it took a few days though for the fire to calm down, but yeah, we learned a lesson as well, and it was good. Yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay. All right. So I'm glad you came out of it, because I'll tell you honestly, Peppermint Cafe has some brilliant food. I love the pasta with the chili chicken and then also the prawns. It's quite nice. I'm getting hungry just talking about it. Anyway, there is a question to Aftab again. Aftab Bha, it's a small question, but it's a big question. Let's try and put that on. Okay. It says Aftab Bha, Riaz Ghaffar has the question. What you sell in the store, same product which you can get for, wait, hold on. That's not the question that I wanted to put up. Oh, is that the question? No, this is the question. No, but let's first answer this question. Same product which you can get for lesser price in the market. What will you suggest to your customer?
With the products, generally we always make sure our products are price competitive, because we get down the goods. About, I would say 70% of the goods that are available is what we get down. So we always make sure our price is always competitive. And when it comes to quality, we always make sure for Sri Lanka, you don't see the cheapest quality is never going to work, because you can't rely on it. and the highest quality is not suitable for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is not gonna, people are not gonna accept the price. So we always go with the moderate quality. So prices always, before we publish our prices, we always check around to see what's the market price, and we're always competitive. In the event that there is cheaper products out there, well, I can't speak about them, but I can always speak about our quality, because we give our warranty. We back up our products as well with a 7-day money back guarantee. So anytime customers are not happy, they can come in, exchange it for something else that they want. So we give all those sorts of services as well.
And I guess convenience and service has its own fee. If you're going to buy something, this is something I always tell my customers also. I said, listen, what you buy in Odell, for example, if you buy Odell shirt for $5,000, all right, you can buy probably the same shirt for like $500 in Peta. Maybe not that less, but at least for half the price. But why do you choose to buy from Odell? Because you know that what you're buying from there comes with the quality, comes with the guarantee, and something goes wrong, you can always return it. But if you buy from Peta, not to downgrade Peta, please, I'm not trying to do that, but at least, going back to Peta, looking for that shop, arguing with the Mudalali there, and going through the hassle is just not worth it. You'd rather pay a higher price and buy from a renowned, well-known brand. Okay, another question for you, Aftab. Seems like everyone's interested at Catchme.lk. Great initiative by MSL. Thank you, Waka. Thank you for organizing. Another question for Aftab and others. If you own and maintain your own e-commerce websites, how do you all manage adding new enhancements, releases, features to your website? Do you outsource these requirements? Curious to know how you manage this.
Okay. Now, earlier our website was outsourced. Since last year, we got an in-house team, developer team. So we actually are hosting our own websites. So any enhancements and all of that, we actually run it. And we actually selling our e-commerce platform as well, like places like Cool Planet, Maharaja Network, they're using our platform. So we develop the platform so that it becomes easier for us to enhance, because with other developers outsourced, it becomes very difficult to work with them because they don't understand the e-commerce aspect of business. Since we are in e-commerce, we understand the e-commerce aspect of business. That's why we got the team built up and we're running the whole show. And at the same time, just to make sure our team has enough work to be busy with, we're actually selling these platforms as well.
Okay. So you are also doing up websites and e-commerce platforms for people, is it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. So yeah, we have about 25 to 30 clients on board already. So
Brilliant.
Big names are like Cool Planet, Maharaja Network, and quite a few other brands in as well.
Nice. Okay. So you know what, young guys, you're looking to start up something, get in touch with Aftab. He'll hook you up with some very good ideas of how you can do business online. Okay. I think we've spoken for almost 1 hour, 15 minutes, so I don't want to make it longer than this. However, I will ask this before we go. We'll go in reverse order. So we introduced Tahira the last. Let's finish with her. Tahira, I don't want to ask you anything, but I want you to give me a closing remark and an advice to maybe old Mehman uncles and aunties, if you can in Mehman, about how important it is to get your business online. Let's test your Mehman.
Okay, I can talk Mehman. That's what we talk at home. That's
okay. Brilliant.
That shouldn't be a problem. But yeah.
So now.
So uncle and aunties, I think ये समझो अपनों के on हने बड़े online mini रहो है. Like you can't just be in the physical world. You have to have a virtual presence as well. I don't know how to say this in English. There are no words.
It's all right. You can use the English words, but try to stick to Mehman as much as possible.
Virtually presence रखना हने बहुत important है, because before pre-pandemic it was just another platform, physical store and another platform to sell. But now with the pandemic we have realized that okay, being virtual is like very, very important, and the convenience that it brings. Like even with my parents, right? They're sometimes really, really surprised that you just type and whatever your options are right in front of you. So the older generation, they feel like, wow, it's like magic for them, So I think what the younger generation needs to do is make them understand that it's so convenient and it works really well in your favor. You can just sit in your place, like read your newspaper, order whatever you want. Convenience, like convince them on convenience.
Right, fair enough. Okay, before you go, there's a question for you apparently. Ariba has a question for you. What would be your advice or tips for a person who wants to start their own fashion brand targeting the local as well as the international market?
When you want to start your own fashion brand, what you need to do is you need to have your own signature, your own style. And when you have your own brand, is what you're trying to sell is your own style, right? So, and you just have to get that out there. Like you design your garments, get it done, and it's very, very important that you put it on a body, do a shoot. That is what I realized when I opened the physical store and we had our clothes on the rack, and people really didn't know how they look on a body or how you can style it or where you can wear it. So it's very important that you do a shoot, and you put it out
photo
there.
shoot, a photo shoot, not like a goli maran.
Yes, exactly. No, photo shoot, of course. You do a photo shoot, and then your style is out there, and the people who think like you and who like your style will get attracted to it, and then you come towards you. And of course, being online helps you go international as well. Other than
all right, brilliant. Thank you, Tahira. Thank you so much. It's lovely learning from you and how your business went on. Please stay. Don't go. We'll wrap this up together. Okay, there's another question. I think Aftab might be the one to answer this. Ismail Bha, Panja, Epic Restaurant, Sipuchira. And how do you tackle negative responses on social media with consumers having easy access to ratings? It can be negative or positive response. Customer is king, but not always right, in my opinion. And I agree that. What do you think of that?
Well, negative responses when you're doing so many variety of products, and you're bound to, come across products that are not working, issues with products, all of that. So some customers are very fast to react on social media before, trying to solve the issue. So you get very, very few of them. Most of them, when they have an issue, they always come up top, and we are happy to handle. But there are some customers you just cannot manage with. So there's two ways to go about it. We actually found, okay, if it's a very difficult customer to manage, we offer them a discount on the purchase, discount on the next purchase, because at the end of the day, we have to leave the customer happy. So we always make sure there's some sort of an offer just to, to calm the customer. We have to, you can't get into an argument with a customer and win it. That's impossible. So you just accept what it is, whether it's your fault or not. We accept it, move forward, and give them a discount. And then hopefully, that negative review is turned into a positive.
Yeah.
Right. Quite humble. Be as humble as you can, I guess. That's what Aftab is trying to say. And make sure the customer believes that he's right. You don't have to believe it. Okay. Sadia, there's a question for you from your friend, looks like. Tasneem has a question for you. She says, let's see what she says. How do you manage to run Beauty Bar and your beauty studio hand in hand? And that's something I think that's something that needs to be looked at, because managing time isn't easy. I know you are also a mother, so obviously you have those shows as well. How does it feel managing two businesses going together?
So Beauty Bar is like an online thing. Like I'm not constantly on it. Like I'm there if someone messages me. And with the beauty studio, I take them by appointments only. It's not like an open thing where people can walk in. So there is like time between those two for me. So that's
all right. So it's not as difficult as it looks. That's what you're trying to say.
Not really. No.
All right. Okay. And what advice do you have for maybe young girls looking to start up something online? What would you say to like a younger 18-year-old Sadia if she was to just start a business online? What would you say?
Let's say go ahead and do it. There are. Hold on. I would say go ahead and do it. There are people that can help you. It's not as hard as you think. In the beginning, it did seem difficult, but then with the clientele and with the help of my husband, it didn't seem as hard as it sounds. And if you do want to get products down from countries and you don't have sources to get it down from, there are brands which do help you get it down. So it's not that hard as it seems. If you put your mind to it, I guess you can, yeah.
Super. All right. Anyway, Sadia, we wish you all the very best with your journey with your studio and your beauty bar. And I hope that it becomes one of the best beauty bars in the country and that you go on to open up a massive store with the help of Irshad Bar, obviously. I'm sure he'll be happy to help you there. Don't go. Last question I think we'll take is for Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam, somebody wants to know your journey about Kluman. What's that? What's a Kluman?
Oh, you haven't heard. So that is where
I've heard, but I didn't know it was yours.
yeah, that was mine.
Okay, all right. Tell us about it.
I started off with clothing. It was a menswear label where I used to distribute it to all the local outlets in Colombo and out of Colombo. But then few things didn't work out, and then with all these payment issues, 2 months credit period becomes 6 months. And as a person who has funded by my own self, that was the business that I funded by my own self with my part-time job and all these things, I couldn't pursue in terms of holding that credit period, which is 6-7 months, and with this COVID hitting us. So I literally shifted the model to like the, what do you say, where you do the solution part for other outlets, top outlets in Colombo. So literally I run few of their labels where I design plume and stuff, and then I outsource it and produce it for them.
That is amazing, man. Zubair, look at the diversity in here, man. We've got food trucks, we've got restaurants, we've got a designer label, we've got a superstore, we've got a beauty bar, we've got a fashion house. Wow, man. This is just between the six of us. Also fabrics, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So Abdul Salam stories I'm much aware of, but exactly, I was also impressed, and the buffet we have, So
It's
we
amazing.
have
And
all
that's
the mix.
That's just between the six of us, and I'm sure there's lots of guys out there who we don't even know who are doing some amazing things. And I'm quite convinced that all of our journeys have been helped by this new phenomenon of shopping online and being on social media. So guys, don't ever discount it. Aftab Aziz, what's your message, your closing remark before we go?
Well, since we were talking about the, say, more mature generation getting online, I think the pandemic itself has helped them get online, leaving them no other choice. So people who are not very familiar with online, not comfortable, I think they have ended up going online anyway. So either through website or worst case, even with WhatsApp. So people are not familiar with WhatsApp, with the websites, they get on with WhatsApp. So they realize the convenience, the easiness, how easy it is to just, order products, and within the next day or two, you have the products with you. So the only thing is, I guess there are many businesses out there where, with online, you just have to build up a trust factor with a certain business. Certain people have got disappointed with online, where they've said, no, online, it doesn't work. They don't send the correct goods. They want to physically go and collect the goods. So it's not discounting every online business out there. There are many businesses who are doing well. So it's about, selecting your preference of your business, trusting them, trust factor, building up the trust factor. And as for businesses, it's important to build up that trust factor with your clients, with your customer base. And, regularly marketing, communication, that is always important, letting them know what are the specials you have. Because instead of them walking in store and looking at it, this is a way where you can, through WhatsApp, text message, emails, you have, the whole area, social media is a huge channel. It's not just one area. It's just, it's a complete channel where you can target different age groups with different platforms. And, that's where you can build up your credibility with your brand.
Brilliant. Okay, so uncles, if you're listening, if your kids want to go online, go online. Now's the time. Otherwise, you'll regret it later, as Zubair has been telling us. Zubair, what about you? Closing remarks from you, Ba, before we go. Since you started, you might as well do the ending bit also.
Yeah, it's simple. Start now, don't regret later. Simple as that. Aane chalu karo, but regret na karo.
Man of few words, Zubair. Keeping it classy. All right. Anyways, guys, I just want to put in some comments which are really encouraging. Now, this is from Mr. Anis Satara, former president of the MSL. Well done, everyone. Wish you all the very best. Thank you very much, Anis Ba. I think people like you have been great inspirations for us. You guys are like the Mayman business stalwarts from who we take inspiration. Hopefully, we can also, go up to the levels that you all have in this new generation. And this message is from the lawyer Ilyas Admani. What a wonderful gentleman. He says, excellent program, guys. All members of our community should seriously consider the digital marketing to improve their business. So when you get comments like this, it's really, really encouraging, guys. Thank you so much, Zubair. Thank you, Aftab. Thank you, Abdul Salam. Thank you, Tahira. Thank you, Sadia. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday evening. I know you guys are busy with your families and whatnot, but still you did, which is a brilliant thing. Before you go, I just want to do one thing. I'm going to go full screen and I'm going to take a screenshot for memories. So please smile when I say cheese. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Done, brother.
All right. Thank you so much. We will see you next time on another
Thank
webinar.
you so
Hopefully.
much.
Thanks, Samir. Great show.
Thank you, Samir, for making it super casual and easy to talk to and everyone else. And we also got to learn a lot from the big boys here. So thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So guys, thank you for watching everyone. I hope we'll meet some other time. મેમન में ચાલુ કરીને સીધો ઇંગ્લિશ में હલી જાય. જૂના મારો ચૂના ને કે એ યંગસ્ટર્સ જી ઈદ મગજ મારી है. સારે से ચાલુ કરીને પછી એને જો પોશ ઇંગ્લિશ में હલીતા વનન. ઇન્શાલ્લાહ પાછીને નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ બી રોકરો પ્રોગ્રામ में ॿियो की सब्जेक्ट में इंशाल्लाह मिलना है. Until then, jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Please stay safe, stay home, don't get out unless it's necessary. Wear your masks and please remember all of us in your duas. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.